Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So, I understand that you guys promote outrageous giving, and I am in a position in my life where I'm able to do so. But I also think about cheerfully giving and where do you draw the line? So I recently had a niece who reached out to me to help her with her down payment on a new apartment. She did state that she just found out she was pregnant. She hadn't told anyone, but just shared that with me, but has a past of asking a lot of family members, including me in the past, for money, potentially for drugs and bad boyfriend experiences. And I feel like there's a bit of manipulation in terms of making sure I'm the only one who's been told about her pregnancy, where we don't really have a solid relationship either. But my sister, her mom had passed away when she was 7, and unfortunately, dad and stepmom didn't treat her well. So I feel some sort of an obligation. And like I said, I'm in a position to, but where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line on being cheerfully giving?
Well,
and sort of that, that nagging.
Sure.
Feeling.
Yeah. Because you don't want to enable. And that's a little bit of the feeling with this situation. So not every chance we have to give is going to be the right situation to give. Just because the opportunity's there doesn't mean that we actually have to take it. And I think this would be a situation that, finding that balance between helping and enabling. On this show, we are always teetering on that line because a lot comes into play, right? To decide that actual boundary. There's not this like hard and fast rule. But I think what you have to discern in the situation is how can you best help her? And I think acknowledging, her situation is hard, right? And I think there is a level of if she's not done any level of healing or growth, like having a parent die at a young age like that, and then being in a toxic situation growing up, it's kind of like, of course, this is probably her road, right? Unless she decides to do something different. And I think would be your hope as her aunt, is that she can start to make different choices with her life. Because if she continues to be consistent in these choices, she's going to keep getting what she's been getting. And it's not a fruitful, peaceful life, right? She's not feeling that. So when it comes to the financial side of it, how can you best love her well and help, but not enable is the big question.
Right. So one of my thoughts was, hey, happy to help, but I'd like to directly pay your potential landlord.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, when you said down payment, is she trying to buy a house?
It's going to the right place. No, it's for an apartment. Sorry,
like a deposit.
How you to put first and last month's rent.
Oh, yeah. I do think that is one of the best ways to help is to do it directly. Because you don't know if she's going to use this for something else. So say, I'd be happy to help. Give me the landlord's name. I'll work with them directly to handle the deposit.
Okay.
So you could do it that way. Okay. You can also say no. Mm-hmm. That's also an okay answer.
Yes.
I don't know that anyone's told her no.
Yeah. And, she has no one else. Like, I think a lot of people have said no, but because of her bad behavior previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she just moves on to the next person, and Bank of Sierra was up next.
That's right. And
what's your relationship like with her? Are you involved in her life at all, or is it just you hear from her when she needs money?
We kind of go on and off. So, Dad had cut us out of their life. We held financial money from when my sister passed, that it wasn't to be given until they were 21. So when we reconnected, when they were both her and her brother were 21, to give them the money, they were told that we stole the money. But that wasn't the case. Yeah, it's a horrible. I mean, it would take me days, but
I'm so sorry.
Anyways, yeah, and so they did get the money, and at that point, we thought we were sort of, kindling, a building of a relationship that was broken. And then from there, it just, she spent the money, I guess, within 3 months and started asking people for money. And we understood that she had a boyfriend in her life that was deep into gangs and drugs.
Boy.
So we when she asked, I said, I'd love to buy your groceries, but can I take you to the grocery store? And then she wouldn't respond to you.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. I think this is your way out, is to start giving directly. Yeah. And if she says nope, then the red flags were there and you did the right thing and your conscience stays clean.
Yeah. And Sierra, what George said earlier too, like I do want you to have permission that this is your money and you want to see it being used in the best, wisest way, right? I mean, I think there is a responsibility there. And I'll say with the caveat, just because there's a family member who is in need and is asking does not mean you automatically have to or you're a terrible person, right? So you could have your own conviction of that you don't want it, right? That you don't want to give. Or your heart may be, and again, I think this is up to you. This is not a right or wrong. I think it's just two different options. It's either like, I don't feel good about this. The responsibility, it doesn't feel right to me. I don't like it, and I just don't feel good engaging it. So that is one option. And then the other is that you love her, and you're like, no, I do want to be able to help. I just want to do it in the right way. So that right way to me would be going straight to the landlord and helping with food, shelter, utilities, transportation, like the 4 walls, helping her in those ways, not going on vacation or something like that. And then talking to her and saying, because I love you so much, like I want to see you do better so you're not having to depend on people for money. So let's look at job opportunities. Let's look at doing a budget. Let's put you through Financial Peace University and go through and learn how to manage money. Like, I also want to give you these resources. Maybe you pay for therapy for her, right? I mean, like seriously, I don't know what else is out there, but it's like tools to help her become a healthier person. How can we do that and sustain that, right? So that's option B. But option A is okay too, Sierra. I want you to feel that. Like that is up to you.
Yeah.
But then there's option B if you feel that way. But I think what you're saying is wise, is going, straight to the things that you can help. And even, and it's so sad, but it's the reality, she's pregnant. So like, I don't know what health insurance looks like for her and all of that. So it's like, there's a part, like we need to understand the reality we live in. Niece, whatever her name is. But also maybe, Sarah, you say, I feel like I do want to give, and maybe through the medical baby route and you help pay for medical bills, to help with that, right? So like, I think there's ways to help her, but also helping her to become a healthier whole person in the process is going to be the best gift that you can give her.
Yeah, I really like that because I think I haven't taken time to do that. And I think I was also struggling. I'm kind of in a position in my life where I haven't always outrageously given, right? Like I've I've kind of turned the corner where I feel like I have to, I can help there. I can help there.
Yes.
Like I think I was trying to find that balance. And so I think that just even having we've kind of chatted back and forth, and I've kind of gone a bit radio silent actually, just to sort of discern and pray about this.
Yeah.
So, I think that answer is just, just having a proper conversation with her and how she can grow and sort of determine from there, but also maybe directly help her with the 4 walls. We have free healthcare in Canada, so baby care.
Oh, that's true.
Be
good. Okay, good. Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. Yeah. Well, I love your heart, Sierra, and I think, this is the thing about money. It's a tool to help, but we want to help and not enable. And with family members, I think it's sometimes that hard line that can happen.
Giving should be intentional, just like spending or saving.
Yep, that's right.
You're doing this the right way.
Yeah, for sure. Sierra, thanks so much for the call. Well, that puts this hour of The Ramsey Show in the books. We'll be back.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.